course, 11 to 14 state championships, thanks to our sponsors, North Suburban Aquatic Club. A couple quick reminders, ladies and gentlemen, before we begin. Please mute your cell phones and turn off the flash on your cameras and phones. No flash photography allowed during the meet, of course. And very important, no glass containers anywhere in the building. Before we begin with the freestyle relays, as is tradition, at least whenever I'm doing this, we need to sing happy birthday to a couple of people. We have the Fox Jets coach Travis Anderson celebrating his birthday today. We don't know how old he is. And also Hastings swimmer Grace Solly is celebrating a birthday today. So let's sing happy birthday to Travis. And Kenzie Jacobson from Red Wing. So we are going to sing happy birthday to Travis, Kenzie, and Grace. All right? Everybody ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Travis and Kenzie and Grace. Happy birthday to you. There we go. Congratulations, Travis, Kenzie, and Grace. And Kenzie and Grace, you know it's tradition that you set a personal record on your birthday, so we'll be pulling for you. A quick reminder that all prelims, including relays, will be announced in the water. We'll swim the last two, the fastest two heats of our time final relays with the finals tonight. So the earliest events, the earliest heats in each event will be swum here in the prelims. And so we are ready now. I got the nod of the head from the referee, and we're going to open the festivities with event number 7, girls 11 and 12, 400-yard freestyle relay. Heat 1. And swimming in lane 3. And right off the bat, birthday girl Kenzie Jacobson. Also for Red Wing A in lane 3, Ellie, Everly, and Abby. Lane 4, Rochester B with Addie, Elizabeth, Bianca, and Nora. Lane 5, South Metro Storm A with Maddox, Nora, Keegan, and Liliana. Lane 6, Hastings A with Annette, Charlotte, Peyton, and Cynthia. And Kinsey, 10077. Happy birthday. Nice split. And Red Wing still in the lead. This is Everly Torney. And Red Wing will drop anchor with Abby Hathemeyer. Giving chase is Nora Bowen from Rochester. Red Wing hanging in there. Rochester still trying to close. And Nora brings Rochester in to 419. Big improvement for Red Wing. 20-second drop for their relay. Heat 2. In lane 1, Sea Devils A with Josie, Lily, Haley, and Britt. Lane 2, Sems B with Athena, Nima, Isa, and Mackenzie. Sloan, Aubrey, and Dorian. In lane 8, Hurricanes B with McKinley, Zoe, Chloe, and Hadley. Minnesota Flyers, this is Vivi Jacobson in the water for the Flyers. Ruby Thomas has the third leg for the Flyers. In lane 4 for Fox Jets, Belle Hershey in hot pursuit. Moving up in lane 6 is Olivia Herzog of West Express. But the Flyers will drop anchor with Ella McLaughlin Lane 4, Fox Jets will anchor with Sophie Paul. And lane 6, West Express anchor with Lily Nagel. And here comes Sophie. And we have a new leader. We've also got a hot anchor from Vivian Vale of North Suburban. And a close one. Fox Jets in at 4:14. 4. North Suburban at 4:14.6. And remember, heats 3 and 4 will swim at the finals tonight. So we are on to the boys 11 and 12 400-yard freestyle relay. Time final. Heat 1. In lane 3, Red Wing A with Jackson, Phoenix, Jay, and Keston. Lane 4, Sea Devils A with Henry, Noah, Jackson, and Rory. Lane 5, Tiger Sharks A with Nick, Luke, Jack, and Ryan. And as they did with the girls, Red Wing front end loading. And Jackson Mon's going to have a good leadoff leg. .55.5, nice time for Jackson. In the water now for Red Wing, Phoenix Lystad. Now in the water for Red Wing, Jay Cody has the familiar purple of Red Wing with a very nice 7.5 second lead over the Sea Devils, who took over second. And Jay bringing it in for the Red Wing anchor, Keston Lindholm. And Keston with an old school start. Anchoring for the Sea Devils, Rory Lee. And Rory is roaring out there. And with a 50 to go, Rory almost pulled completely even. And we have a new leader. And Sea Devils, 4:27. Nice 7-second time drop for them. 27-second time drop for Red Wing. Ready now for Heat 2. In lane 1, Riptide B with Matthew, Austin, JJ, and Calvin. Lane 2, West Express B with Veer, Zach, Bastian, and Cooper. Lane 3, Great Wolf A with Nicholas, Isaac, Alex, and Drew. Lane 4, Tuna B with Will, CJ, Ethan, and TJ. Lane 5, Riptide A with Ben, Titus, Michael, and Darren. Lane 6, Hurricanes B with Evan, Braden, Blake, and Caleb. And lane 7, Sams B with Samuel, Grayson, Michael, and Caleb. Great Wolf with a nice lead after a nice lead off by Nicholas Eisel. Isaac Moy in the water now for Great Wolf. A hot first 50 there for CJ Scanlon of Tuna. As he chops into Great Wolf's lead. Going to have us a race halfway through. Great Wolf and Tuna neck and neck. Slightly in the lead is Tuna, Ethan Vitel, and slightly behind Great Wolf, Alex Getz. Ethan making a bid for a 102 split out in the 29.8. And it is a 102 for Ethan. Now TJ Scribner in the water and with a big lead for Tuna. Anchoring for Great Wolf, Drew Gorzik. Remember, 16 places score, so the faster the time you can post in these heats, the better chance you've got of cracking that top 16 and scoring some points. And relays are double points. And Tuna with a 4:08.31. And that will be the time to beat going into the finals tonight. Great Wolf for the 4:19. And remember, heats 3 and 4 will swim with the finals tonight, which moves us on to event number 9, the girls 13-14 400 freak relay. Heat 1. Lane 3, Monticello A with Kendall, Alyssa A with Britta, Addison, Marin, and Lydia. Lane 5, Hurricanes B with Avery, Olivia, Josie, and Lauren. A pretty sweet leadoff leg for Monticello, 56-39 for Kendall Hagan. Alyssa Cowley in the water for Monticello. And she will touch for Eiley Kaler for the Monticello Muskies. And Monticello still in the lead. Marin Johnson anchoring for the Muskies. North Star anchor is Lydia Hadukovic. And anchoring for the Hurricanes, Lauren Eichmann. And Monticello looks like they're going to hang on. And there's a 3:57. All four teams under 4 minutes. Heat 2. In lane 1 is Edina B with Greta, Constance, Elena, and Scarlett. Lane 2, Rochester B with Kayla, Josie, Hadley, and Amelia. Lane 3, Fox Jets A with Brennan, Sarayu, Eva, and Lottie. Lane 4, Rochester A with Eloise, Vivian, Quinn, and Kenzie. Lane 5, Central Minnesota A with Lou, Riley, Blake, and Claire. 6, Great Wolf B with Macy, Adazizi, Felicity, and Brooke. Lane 7, Sea Devils B with Riley, Harper, Emerson, and Harper. And lane 8, Sims A with Emma, Aubrey, Allison, and Elena. And very even among our leaders. Pulling out a little bit. Lane 5, that's Riley Schaefer of Greater Minnesota. And next door, Adizi Egbu of Great Wolf. Central Minnesota in the lead. This is Blake Churchill. Fastest first 50 in the pool belongs to Fox Jets. They're a little ways behind. Among the top teams, it's Sea Devils over in lane 7. Nice mid-27 for Emerson Borgshots. Really nice leg for Sea Devils. Turning first with 75 yards to go. It's Central Minnesota. This is Claire Kilgard anchoring. Running in second, Kenzie Brockman, Rochester. And Central Minnesota sets the pace, 3:48.94. And remember, our next two heats will swim in the finals tonight, moving us on to event 10, the boys 13-14, 400-yard freestyle relay, heat 1. Lane 1, Sea Devils B with Tate, Sebastian, Connor, and Micah. Lane 2, Star A with Amir, Oliver, Nick, and Calvin. Lane 3, Red Wing A with Chase, Tanner, Norris, and Bryce. Lane 4, Velocity Aquatics A with Will, Ben, Maxwell, and Jacob. Lane 5, Red Dragon A with Parker, Jackson, Jack, and Nolan. Lane 6, St. Croix B with Sam, Noah, Josh, and Jack. Lane 7, Hastings. Ripping out with Jackson, George, Hank, and Riley. And Hastings going to set the pace here with the 52.7 by Jackson Ponson. Hastings still holding on to that lead. In the water now is Hank Burks. And closing big time is Nick Johnson of Star in lane 2. Going to be much closer. Hastings will still touch first, but Hastings and Star both hit the water together. Anchoring for Star in lane 2, Calvin Colton. And for Hastings in lane 7, Riley Johnson. And in the time it took to say those two names, we've got Jacob Yarger of Velocity Aquatics going crazy in lane 4. And Jacob brings Velocity Aquatic in at 351. Now heat 2. Lane 1 is North Star A with Calvin, Avery, Levi, and Titan. Lane 2, Minnetonka. Galen, Easton, and Colin. Lane 4, Sea Devils A with Ryan, Remy, Gavin, and Crosby. Lane 5, North Suburban A with Samuel, Eli, Cooper, and Tyler. Lane 6, Sams A with Torin, Evan, Elias, and Tor. Lane 7, West Express B with Austin, Truman, Camden, and Brody. Lane 8, Riptide B with Javier, Eddie, Philip, and Ben. Really nice turn by North Suburban's Eli. And North Suburban at the halfway point will hit the water first with Cooper Lunsford. This is Gavin Beaudry of Sea Devils in the yellow cap. And one lane closer to the camera is the Easton Anderson of the Hurricanes. Sea Devils pulling out pretty good here. And this is Crosby Simonson anchoring for the Devils. In the water anchoring for the Hurricanes in lane 3, Colin Siemens. For North Suburban in lane 5, Tyler Novak. But nobody's going to catch Crosby Simonson of the Sea Devils. Big lead. Nice first 50 for her Hurricanes, Colin Siemens. And the Sea Devils clock in at 3:36:48. And remember, our final 2 heats will swim with the finals tonight. With the completion of that heat, time is 10:22. 10:22. We have a 5-minute break before we begin the 11 and 12 400 IM. So we will resume at 10:27. 10:27 for event 11, girls 11 and 12 200 IM. We move now to prelims. And these swimmers will be qualifying into an A and a B final tonight. So the top 16 will move on to the finals. We are about 20 seconds away from 10:27. So we will announce the next event, event 11, girls 11 and 12, 200-yard individual medley. We have 4 heats of prelims. Heat 1. In lane 3, Lana. Lane 4, Savannah. And lane 5, Eris. This is Savannah of Riptide with a big lead. And Savannah with a personal record by about a half second. And there is another PR for Eris. And one more, 3:02 for the books for Lana. Heat 2. In lane 1, Fiona. Lane 2, Svea. Lane 3, Gretchen. In 4, Willa. Lane 5, Harper. Lane 6, Dorian. And lane 7, Isla. And Willa very much in charge at the 150. Willa, our number 3 seed, as we are circle seated here in our last 3 heats. Willa has his zone cut already. And a 22:34 PR. Heat 3. In lane 1, Rosalind. Lane 2, Riley. Lane 3, Aria. Lane 4, Vivian. 5, Lena. Lane 6, Amelia. Lane 7, Esme. And lane 8, Liliana. Vivian also has her zone cut in hand. That zone cut, 2:24.49. And better than her seed time by a second or so. New PR for Vivian Vale. Heat 4. In lane 1, Abigail. Lane 2, Jibishana. Lane 3, Iona. Lane 4, Maya. Lane 5, Gracie. Lane 6, Lucy. Lane 7, Jane. And lane 8, Charlie. And Maya of Great Wolf, our top seed. A very nice first 100. Jane Brinkman over in lane 7 with a terrific breaststroke leg. But Maya Mitchell is still very much in control. And Maya with a very comfortable 2:23. And that will advance to the A final. Our next event, the boys 11 and 12, 200 IM. He won. In lane 3, Connor. Lane 4, Owen. Lane 5, Caleb. Owen of St. Croix in the lead. Both Connor and Caleb earned their way in to the state meet with a win it to swim it victory in the MRCs. And there's a nice 241 for Owen. And a PR for Caleb. Way to go, Caleb. And a PR for Connor. Now heat 2. Now into our circle seated heats. Lane 1, Charlie. Lane 2, Caleb. Lane 3, Jackson. Lane 4, Connor. Lane 5, AJ. Lane 6, Brandon. And lane 7, Tristan. Connor from Rochester, our number 3 seed in this event. Zone cut for the boys is a 2:18.79. And there's Connor with a 2:16.4. A nice swim and a zone cut for Connor. Heat 3. In lane 1, Tristan. Lane 2, Eli. Lane 3, Sloan. In 4, Jogi. Lane 5, Maddox. Lane 3, Leo. Lane 7, where am I? Lane 4, Jogi. Lane 5, Maddox. Lane 6, Leo. Lane 7, Adam. And lane 8, Bennett. Here are the qualifiers for event 11. The girls, 11 and 12, 200 IM. Second alternate, Amelia Kester. First alternate, Dorian McVeigh. Qualifying into the B final. In 16th, Svea Bavely. 15, Abigail Kimber. 14, Riley Robertson. 13, Isla Wensman. 12, Iona Sykes. 11, Gretchen Walker. 10, Charlie Porter. 9, Aria Leisinger. In the A final tonight, Gracie Chikvantsev. 7, Jane Brinkman. 6, Harper Topman. 7, Lena Granowski. In 4th, Rosalind Sen. 3, Maya Mitchell. In 2nd, Willa Mosier. And our top qualifier with a time of 2:20.50 from North Suburban, Vivian Vale. The official meet time is 10:47. This event will close at 11:17. Coaches and swimmers, please declare your scratches or your intent to scratch by 11:17. And Jogi Egbers bringing it home here. 11:17 He's also got a zone cut time in the teens. And there's a PR, 2:15.1. Heat 4. Lane 1, Darren. Lane 2, Jolif. Lane 3, Jace. Lane 4, Jason. Lane 5, Lars. 6, Ben. 7, Theo. And lane 8, Luke. Jason Liu of Aquajets, our number 1 seed. His seed time of 2:08, full 10 seconds under that zone cut. And Jason just cruising, obviously, saving energy. And finishing actually very close to his personal record. Looks like there's a lot of gas in that tank. A 2:08.5 for Jason. Our next event is the girls 13-14 200 individual medley. He won. Lane 1, Maddie. Lane 2, Samantha. Lane 3, Lilia. Lane 4, Izza. In 5, Ileana. Lane 6, Samantha. And lane 8, Brooke. Lilia in lane 3. Ileana in lane 5. Dueling Ileana. Working the breaststroke pretty good. And Ileana takes the momentum from her great breaststroke leg into the freestyle. It's going to be sub 2:10 and a 2:07.34. A time faster than any of the seed times coming in. Great swim for Ileana. Now heat 2. Lane 1, Amelia. Lane 2, Grace. Lane 4, Lilu. Lane 5, Sophia. Lane 6, Gabrielle. And lane 7, Riley. Expect Lilu to have an outstanding first half. She is the number 2 seed with a 2:08.82 zone cut time already. In fact, the top 4 seeds in this heat and the next, plus the top 3 seeds in heat 1, all with zone cuts. And Lilu hangs in with a solid 38.7 breaststroke. And she looks like she's swimming strong, but not necessarily all out. And there's a 2:07.2 that will jump to the top of the leaderboard. A nice PR for Lilu. Nice morning swim. Heat 3. Lane 1, Maya. Lane 2, Olivia. Lane 2, Lydia. Lane 3, Olivia. Lane 4, Maddie. Lane 5, Nora. Lane 6, Anna. Lane 7, Una. And lane 8, Mila. Here are the qualifiers for the boys 11 and 12. 200 IM. Second alternate, Eli Fry. First alternate, Brandon Armstrong. Into the B final tonight. 16, Theo Nguyen. 15, Darren Lau. 14, Leo Arcilla. 13, Jalif Chu. 12, Tristan Tanner. 11, Adam Ayoche. 10, Lars Olchenbruns. And 9, Sloan Kropelnicki. Into the A final, in 8, Ben Ranau. 7, Maddox Friend. 6, AJ Enger. 5th, Jackson Mon. 4, Jace Obelman. 3rd, Connor Zuli. 2nd, Jogi Egbers. And our top qualifier with a nice 208.56 from Aquajets, Jason Liu. The time is 10:58. The event will close at 11:28. Swimmers and coaches, please declare your intent to scratch or your scratches. And Anna Lee going to have a nice personal record here. 2:10.2. Maddie with the 2:11.7. That should be plenty good for the A final. Our next event is the boys 13-14, 200 IM. We have 4 heats. Heat 1. In lane 1, Jackson Ponson. Lane 2, Liam Peterson. Lane 3, Oliver Schueth. Both Oliver in 5 and Liam in 4. We had long course seed times. And you saw the photographer from We Got Game taking a picture of Liam coming into the bulkhead turn. Don't forget that We Got Game providing photography services for the meet. Can also get swag, our apparel, t-shirts, hoodies and such from You Betcha. They are up in the lobby, as is Elsmore Swim Shop. And Liam, nice 2:07.1. Heat 2. Now into our circle seeds. Lane 1, Jax. Lane 2, Leon. Lane 3, Nico. In lane 4, number 3 seed, Grayson. Lane 5, Carter. Lane 6, Wyatt. Lane 7, Asher. And lane 8, Lucas. Here are the qualifiers in the girls 13-14. IM, second alternate Samantha Webster, first alternate Una Nelson. Into the B final, 16, Grace Pye, 15, Brooke Lind, 14, Lydia Hadukovic, 13, Maya Pye, 12, Gabrielle Tram, 11, Olivia Van Gilder, 10, Riley Zastro, 9, Samantha Lammers. Into the A final in 8th, Sophia Kurkowski Gonzalez, 7, Lilia Helmrich, 6, Nora Behrens, 5th, Maddie Matheson, 4th, Isa Mork, 3rd, Anna Lee, 2nd, Ileana Gorski, and our top qualifier with a morning swim of 207.23 from Aquajets, Lilu Thompson. The time is 11:04. This event will close at 11:34. Coaches and swimmers, again, declare your scratches or intent to scratch by 11:34. Heat 3. In lane 1, Tucker. Lane 2, Tor. 3, Crosby. Lane 4, Calvin. In 5, Lucas. Lane 6, Colin. Lane 7, Everett. And lane 8, Elliott. Calvin, our number 2 seed. About a 4 or 5 foot lead over Lucas, our number 5 seed. Zone cut is a 2:04.09. And Calvin comes in with a 2:04.06. And a 2:05.5 for Calvin. Lucas in at 2:07. That's a PR for Lucas. Heat 4. Lane 1, Cade. Lane 2, Matthew. Lane 3, Eli. In 4, our top seed is Jackson. Lane 5, Simon. Lane 6, Emerson. In 7, Logan. And lane 8, Gavin. Jackson has already swum a 2:00:83. And with a 27 freestyle leg, he could be close to that. But given the qualifying time so far, he doesn't really need to go blazing fast. And there's a 2:02:98. Nice morning swim. And we move on now to the girls 11 and 12, 100-yard butterfly. He won. Lane 3, Naya. Lane 4, Lena. And lane 5, Eris. And here is, Naya in at a 1:10. Nice short course seat time for her in the future. And a 4-second drop for Lena. And a PR for Eris. We are swimming well this morning. Heat 2. Lane 2, Esther. Lane 3, Libby. Lane 4, Greta. 5, Britt. Lane 6, Hannah. Lane 7, Lauren. Here are the qualifiers for the boys 13-14, 200 IM. Second alternate, Crosby. First alternate, Matthew. Into the B final. Logan, 16th. 15, Oliver. 14, Leon. 13, Lucas. 12, Cade. 11, Colin. 10, Simon. 9, Carter. Into the A final. In 8th, Everett. Lane 7th, Emerson. 6th, Nico. Tied for 4th, Liam and Lucas. In 3rd, Calvin. 2nd, Jackson on our top qualifier with a 2:02:37 from Minnetonka, Grayson Ludall. Time is 11:13. This event will close at 11:43. E3. And we are now circle seating the wagons here. In lane 1, Wing Chi. Lane 2, Addie. Lane 3, Layla. Lane 4, Maya. Lane 5, Taylor. Lane 6, Kinsey. Happy birthday, Kinsey. Lane 7, Madeline. And lane 8, Stella. And a 104 for Maya. And a birthday PR for Kinsey. Nice 2+ second drop for Kinsey. Heat 4. In lane 1, Lila. Lane 2, Nicole. Lane 3, Sabrina. Lane 4, our number 2 seed is Josie. Lane 5, Iona. Lane 6, Annie. Lane 7, Hazel. And lane 8, Sophie. A hot one going over in lane 6. Annie Zeckmeister, Minnetonka. And Annie with a 101.57. Swim of the meet so far. Big time drop and a hot swim. That launches her to the top of the leaderboard. Heat 5. And now our final heat. Lane 1, Abigail. Lane 2, Charlie. Lane 3, Aria. Lane 4, Vivian. Lane 5, Catalia. Lane 6, Greta. Lane 7, Svea. And lane 8, Addie. And here comes Vivian, our top seed, and to 101.80. That will claim a spot in the middle lanes of the A final for sure. A nice swim for Vivian. And now it's the boys' turn to some 100 fly, event 16. He won. Lane 3, Ike. Lane 4, Connor. And lane 5, Gregory. And this is Gregory of Alex. He had a long course seed time. A nice short course swim, 106.5. Now heat 2. In lane 2, Jack. Lane 3, Luke. Lane 4, Samuel. Lane 5, Harry. Lane 6, Ben. And lane 7, Lachlan. And it comes down to the touch, and it's 100th of a second for Samuel Vadillo. Now heat 3. In lane 1, TJ. Lane 2, Flynn. Lane 3, Adam. Lane 4, Simon. Lane 5, Ryan. Lane 6, Harry. Lane 7, JJ. Lane 8, Kevin. And Adam of West Express, a nice 107.7. And now heat 4. In lane 1, Zach. Lane 2, Kip. Lane 3, Frank. Lane 4, Eli. 5, Richie. 6, Tristan. 7, Lucas. And lane 8, Reagan. Here are the qualifiers for the girls, 11 and 12. 100 fly. Second alternate, Greta. First alternate, Addie. Into the B final tonight. 16, Madeline. 15, Greta. 14, Svea. 13, Nicole. 12, Layla. 11, Iona. 10th, Taylor. And lane 9th, Kinsey. In the A final tonight, Lila. 8th, 7th is Catalea. 6th, Maya. 5th, Sabrina. 4th, Aria. 3rd, Vivian. 2nd, Josie. And our top qualifier at 101.57. Annie Zeckmeister of Minnetonka. The time is 11:25. This event will close at 11:55. And now heat 5. Lane 1, Mason. Lane 2, Maxwell. Lane 3, Lars. Lane 4, Everett. In 5, Jackson. Lane 6, Ben. Lane 7, Jimmy. And lane 8, Evan. This is the second of our circle seated heats. And Jackson Pulaski, a nice 102. PR for Jackson. PR also for Everett. Heat 6. Lane 1, Liam. Lane 2, William. In lane 3, Eli. Lane 4, Archer. Lane 5, Jojo. Lane 6, Brandon. Lane 7, Teo. And lane 8, Nicholas. And our top seed, Archer, cruising to a 58.8. Very close to his PR. Quick announcement that lunch is served. Coaches and volunteers, lunch is served. Next up, girls 13-14. 100 fly. He won. In lane 3, Amelia. Lane 4, Lila. And lane 5, Mila. Or Mila. Heat 2. Lane 1, Aubrey. Lane 2, Aaron. In 3, Finley. Lane 4, Ferris. 6, Quinn. Lane 5, Quinn. Lane 6, Allie. Lane 7, Greta. And a 60.06. Ferris Martin, a terrific time for the Pyramid Seeds. Now heat 3. In lane 1, Sophie. Lane 2, Isla. Lane 3, Morgan. In 4, Britton. 5, Kate. 6, Lydia. 7, Tegan. And lane 8, Mary. Here are the qualifiers for the boys, 11 and 12. 100 fly. Second alternate, Liam. First alternate, Tristan. Into the B final tonight. 16, Teo. 15, Kip. 14, Adam. 13, Gregory. 12, Nicholas. 11, Ben. 10, Frank. And 9, JoJo. Into the A final in 8, Richie. 7, Eli. 6, Brandon. 5, Maxwell. 4, Everett. 3, Eli Hitchings. Second, Jackson Pulaski. And our top qualifier at 58.81, Archer Haugus. The time is 11:32. This event will close at 12:02. Now heat 4. We begin our circle-seated heats. Lane 1, Eva. Lane 2, Samantha. Lane 3, Anna. Lane 4, Lilia. Lane 5, Sophia. Lane 6, Olivia. Lane 7, Anna. And lane 8, Ruby. 27-2 for Lilia. And a 58.08 for Lilia. That's a PR. Heat 5. Lane 1, Claire. Lane 2, Savannah. Lane 3, Aria. Lane 4, Marin. Lane 5, Umbra. 6, Lillian. 7, Maddie. And lane 8, Felicity. That zone cut 100.39. We have 8 swimmers already with their zone cut in hand. And Umbra Rinaldi, one of them. Now heat 6. Lane 1, Harper. Lane 2, Lottie. In 3, Samantha. In 4, Molly. 5, Alice. 6, Grace. Lane 7, Gabrielle. And in lane 8, Lydia. And a 57.7 for Molly. Comfortably atop the leaderboard now. Next up, event 18, the boys 13-14, 100 fly. He won. In lane 3, Sam. Lane 4, Levi. And lane 6, Asher. All long course seat times. Be fun to see what they go short course. The zone cut is a 55.39. Nice 56.98 for Asher. Heat 2. Into our circles now. Lane 1, Easton. Lane 2, Lucas. Lane 3, Parker. Lane 4, Cooper. Lane 5, Lucas. Lane 6, Evan. 7, Andres. And lane 8, Logan. Here are the qualifiers for the girls 13-14. 100 fly. Second alternate, Anna. First alternate, Olivia. B finalists, 16, Harper. 15, Tegan. Tied for 13, Ruby and Morgan. 12, Maddie. 11, Savannah. 10, Lillian. 9th, Sophia. A finalists are 8th place, Isla. 7th, Umbra. 6, Samantha. 5, Ferris. 4, Anna. 3, Alice. 2nd, Lilia. And our top qualifier is Molly Mahoney of St. Croix. The time is 11:40. This event will close at 12:10. Now heat 3. Lane 1, Nico. Lane 2, Tor. In 3, Jace. Lane 4, Hudson. 5, Suyong. 6, Joshua. 7, Cade. And lane 8, Logan. Hudson Brennan of Rochester, our number 2 seed, comes in with a hot 52.90. And there's a 53.4 on cruise control. And now heat 4. In lane 1, Ryland. Lane 2, Matthew. 3, Brooks. In lane 4 is our top seed, Elliott Leisure from Rochester. Lane 5, Simon. 6, Micah. Lane 7, Crosby. And lane 8, another Elliott. This one is Elliott Loesch from Riptide. Elliott, 51.32 coming in. And Elliott 51.39. The futures cut for 18 and under, 50.59. Definitely not out of the realm of possibility tonight. Now we move on to the girls 11, 12, 50 breaststroke. We have 5 heats. E1. In lane 1, Ileana. Lane 2, Chloe. Lane 3, Janie. In 4, Ruby. Lane 5, Claire. Add a number to all those lanes. Lane 7, Lana. E2. Lane 1, Nora. Lane 2, Riley. 3, Colette. 4, Bell. 5, Zoe. 6, Maddox. Lane 7, Lyric. And lane 8, Savannah. .36 flat. Nice time drop. Now heat 3. Now in our circle seated heats, lane 1, Maya Pirskala. Lane 2, Maya Sage. With lane 3, Jane. 4, Rosalind. 5, Lolo. 6, Holly. Lane 7, Olive. And lane 8, Alice. Rosalind and Lolo, stroke for stroke. And the longest fingernails belong to Rosalind. Heat 4. In lane 4. In heat 4, lane 1, Aubrey. Lane 2, Catalea. 3, Amelia. 4, Olivia. Lane 5, Harper. Lane 6, Isla. Lane 7, Hazel. And lane 8, Madeline. Now heat 5. In lane 5, in heat 1, lane 1. Heat 5, lane 1, Fiona. Lane 2, Kinsey. Lane 3, McKenna. Lane 4, Lila. Lane 5, Lena. 6, Annette. Lane 7, Gretchen. And lane 8, Ava. Remember, anything under 34.59 is a zone cut. And we've got a bunch: McKenna, Lila, Lena, and Annette. Annette Solly with the zone cut. Congratulations, Annette and McKenna, brand new zone cuts. Now we move on to event 20, boys 11 and 12, 50 breaststroke. Heat 1. In lane 3, Ben. Lane 4, Michael. And lane 5, Connor. .37.03 for Michael. Heat 2. Lane 2, Paxton. Lane 3, Ryan. In 4, Max. Lane 5, Ben. Lane 6, Jacob. Lane 7, Kevin. And now heat 3. In lane 1, CJ. Lane 2, Nick. Lane 3, Owen. In 5, Wyatt. Lane 6, Luke. 5 is Luke, 6, Brandon. Lane 7, Jaden. And lane 8, Noah. Time to start paying attention to that zone cut time, 33.29. The outside smoke there. Noah in lane 8, and CJ in lane 1. And now heat 4. In lane 1, Griffin. Lane 2, Theo. Lane 3, Maxwell. 4, AJ. 5, Keenan. 6, Miles. 7, Caleb. And lane 8, Austin. Heat 5. In lane 1, Darren. Lane 2, Henrik. 3, Jace. 4, Jogi. 5, Leo. In 6, Simon. 7, Trip. And lane 8, Teo. Jogi and Leo in 4 and 5 have got zone cuts already. We'll keep an eye out for that 33.29. And there's one for Leo, one for Jace in lane 2. And now heat 6. In lane 1, Richie. Lane 2, Tristan. Lane 3, Rodrigo. Lane 4, Jason. Lane 5, Charlie. Lane 6, Gabe. Lane 7, AJ. And lane 8, Paxton. Here are the qualifiers for the girls. Let's do the boys, the 13-14 100 butterfly. Second alternate, Micah. First alternate, Crosby. Into the B final. 16, Lucas. 15, Andres. 14, Parker. 13, Matthew. 12, Brooks. 11, Evan. 10, Simon. 9th, Jace. Into the A final. In 8th, Logan. 7, Asher. 6, Lucas. 5th, Si Young. 4, Joshua. 3, Cooper. 2nd, Hudson. And our top qualifier from Rochester is Elliot Leisure. The time is 11:55. This event will close at 12:25. Next up is the girls 13-14 50 breaststroke. Heat 1. Lane 1, Malia. Lane 2, Jenna. 3, Candle. Lane 4, Aubrey. Lane 5, Ellie. Lane 6, Elise. And lane 7, Lillian. Heat 2. In Heat 2, we have lane 1, Avery. Lane 2, Natalie. Lane 3, Josie. Lane 4, Britta. Lane 5, Emmy. In 6, Ari. Lane 7, Constance. And lane 8, Bellamy. And 33.7 for Britta. That's a zone cut. The zone cut, 33.09. We aren't even in the circle seeds, and we got them. Heat 3. Lane 1, Caitlin. Lane 2, Nora. Lane 3, Samantha. 4, Sydney. 5, Maddie. 6, Catherine. 7, Nora Behrens. And lane 8, Emerson. Every swimmer in the next 3 heats has a zone cut. How you say in America, this event loaded. Sydney Edwards, 30.26. PR. Heat 4. In lane 1, Claire. Lane 2, Emma. 3, Amelia. 4, Isa. 5, Estelle. 6, Liv. 7, Grace. And lane 8, Brennan. And looking hot over in lane 7, Grace Solly of Hastings. But now a late surge from Estelle Bergs. Really tight. Estelle, then Liv, then Grace, all 31s. Heat 5. Lane 1, Kylie. Lane 2, Ginny. Lane 3, Riley. 4, Maddie. And 5, Una. 6, Ileana. 7, Maya. And lane 8, Brooke. Here are the qualifiers in the 11 and 12 girls 50 breaststroke. Second alternate, Lyric Berry. First alternate is Janie into the B final. 16, Maya, tied for 14. Hazel and Gretchen. 13, Jane. 12, Holly. 11, Kinsey. 10, Amelia. 9, Harper. In 8, Aubrey. 7, McKenna. 6, Annette. 5th, Lena. 4th, Lolo. 3rd, Rosalind. 2nd, Lila. And our top qualifier from Central Minnesota is Olivia Willenbring. The time is 12 o'clock. This event will close at 12:30. We move on now to the boys 13-14. Lane 1, Matthew. Lane 2, Gavin. Lane 3, Ian. 4, Remy. And 5 is Mark. 6, Will. 7, Lucas. And lane 8, Harrison. Heat 2. In lane 1, Jackson. Lane 2, Eddie. Lane 3, Oliver. Lane 4, Parker. In lane 5, Elias. 6, Lucas. 7, Avery. And lane 8 is Tate. And Jackson Ponson of Hastings, 30.44, just off the zone cut. And now Heat 3. Into our circle seeds now. Lane 1, Leon. Lane 2, Xander. Lane 3, Jacob. In 4, Jack. Lane 5, Ben. 6, Leighton. Lane 7, Tucker. And lane 8, Jackson. And a close one here. Ben by a couple tenths. Now Heat 4. Lane 1, Everett. Lane 2, Max Nembergut. Lane 3, Max Stokes. Lane 4, Jackson. Lane 5, Liam. Lane 6, Milo. Lane 7, Austin. And lane 8, Crosby. That zone cut, 30.29. We've already added to the list. And a big reach for Jackson Wright in a 28.7. Heat 5. Our final heat. Lane 1, Max. Lane 2, Willis. Lane 3, Si Young. Lane 4, Hudson. Lane 5, Grayson. Lane 6, Phillip. Lane 7, Emmett. And lane 8, Asher. Reminder, coaches, that time trial requests must be in before the start of event 24. This is event 22. Here are the qualifiers for the boys 11 and 12. 50 breaststroke. Second alternate, Teo. First alternate, Miles. Into the B final. 16, Ben. 15, Noah. 14, Simon. 13, AJ. 12, Gabe. 11, Hendrick. 10, Tristan. And 9th, Maxwell. The A finalists: 8th, Rodrigo. 7, Leo. 6, Keenan. 5th, Charlie. 4, Jace. 3rd, Jogi. 2nd, AJ. And our top qualifier going to 29.54, Aquajet's Jason Liu. The time is 12:06. This event will close at 12:36. Ready now for the girls 11 and 12, 100 back. Heat 1. Lane 1, Lana. Lane 2, Eris. And lane 3, Freya. Here are the qualifiers. In the girls 13 and 14, our second alternate is Emma Recker. We have a tie for 16th, which may well require a swim-off between Maddie Ivory of Tuna, Catherine Deeb of Riptide. Otherwise, into the B final, 15, Samantha, 14, Kylie, 13, Kendall, 12, Amelia, 11, Caitlin, 10, Izza, and 9th, Grace. Into the A final. 8th, Liv, 7th, Riley, 6th, Ileana, 5th, Estelle, 4, Nora, 3rd, Sydney, 2nd, Una, and our top qualifier at 29.65 from St. Croix, Maddie Matheson. The time is 12:08. This event will close at 12:38. E2. In lane 2, Lena. Lane 3, Greta. Lane 4, Wing Chi. Lane 5, Lolo. Lane 6, Sophie. And lane 7, Britt. E3. Into our circle seeds now. This is Stella in lane 1. Lane 2, Addie. Lane 3, Jibishana. Lane 4, Elise. Lane 5, Lucy. Lane 6, Grace. Lane 7, Adelaide. And lane 8, Maya. Elise in lane 4, Lucy in lane 5 have their zone cuts already. The zone cut 106.19. Nice 104.80. PR for Elise. Heat 4. Lane 1, Svea. Lane 2, Esme. Lane 3, Aria. Lane 4, Maya. Lane 5, Annie. Lane 6, Naya. Lane 7, Addie. And lane 8, Charlie. In this heat, Maya and Annie with zone cuts. And good splits out for both Esme and Aria in 2 and 3. Again, looking for a 106.19. There's a 4.9, a 5.6. And Aria just off. But she will likely get a second shot tonight. Evidently, the backstroke ledge in lane 2 has the flu. So we'll go take that one to urgent care and put in a backup. Heat 5. In lane 1, Nicole. Lane 2, Ellie. Lane 3, Addie. In 4, Josie. Lane 5, Riley. Lane 6, Anna. 7, McKenna. And lane 8, Aspen. Josie and Riley in 4 and 5 with their cuts already. And Josie Soul with a fast but comfortable 102.3. That's a PR for Josie. And a PR as well for Riley. Good, nice swimming. Next up, boys 11 and 12, 100 back. We have 5 heats. Heat 1. In lane 1, Liam. Lane 2, Noah. Lane 3, Nolan. Lane 4, TJ. Lane 6, Connor. Lane 7, Gabe. And lane 8, Wyatt. Lane 6, Connor. One of our favorite para athletes. His PR, a 115. He's out in a 35. Real shot at a personal record for Connor. Just a heads up to Maddie and Catherine and their coaches. The swim off for the 50 breaststroke will swim immediately at the conclusion of event 26. Before the 500s. And 105s for Noah and Nolan. And there's a 113.98 lifetime PR for Connor. Nice going, Connor. And now heat 2. In lane 1, Harry. Lane 2, Zach. Lane 3, Calvin. Lane 4, Bennett. In 5, Ethan. Lane 6, Rory. Lane 7, Michael. And lane 8, Paxton. And a 106.33. Nice time drop for Zach. A lot of PRs in that heat. Heat 3. Lane 1, Ike. Lane 2, CJ. Lane 3, Ben. Lane 4, Connor. Lane 5, William. In 6, Joliffe. Lane 7, Luke. And lane 8, Drew. First of our circle seated heats. And Connor lighting it up. 28-8 at the 50. And a 59.74, big drop for Connor. Terrific second 50. Heat 4. Lane 1, Riley. Lane 2, Sloan. In 3, Sam. Lane 4, Maddox. Lane 5, Fry. And lane 8, Eli Lazarus. Here are the qualifiers for the girls, 11 and 12, 50 back. Second alternate, Wing Chi. First alternate, Adelaide. Our B finalists, 16, Naya. 15, Lucy. 14, Esme. 13, Greta. 12, Stella. 11, Freya. 10, McKenna. And 9, Aria. Our A finalists, 8, Addie. 7, Nicole. 6, Jivishana. 5th, Maya. 4, Annie. 3rd, Elise. 2nd, Riley. And our top qualifier going a 102.33, Josie Solt. It is 12:24. This event will close at 12:54. And now Heat 5. Our top seeded heat. Lane 1, Jacob. Lane 2, Tristan. Lane 3, John. Lane 4, Archer. Lane 5, Jackson. Lane 6, George. Lane 7, Taha. And lane 8, Leo. Our next event, girls 13-14, 100 back. He won. Lane 2, Lauren. Lane 3, Isla. Lane 4, Rory. Lane 5, Mara. Lane 6, Bryn. And lane 7 is Kate. Your attention, girls, in the 13-14 100 butterfly, event 17. We have had one scratch out of the B final. So our second alternate now, Samantha. First alternate, Anna. Now swimming in the B final. 16, Olivia Van Gilder. 15, Harper Vestrom. 14, Tegan Murphy. 13, actually tied for 12th, Ruby Roach and Morgan Rutherford. 11, Maddie Ivory. 10th, Savannah Kirchhoff. And 9th, Lillian Bistricki. So once again, event 17 is closed. We had one scratch above the line. So Olivia moves into the B final, and everybody in the B final moves up a place. Heat 2. Lane 1, Gabrielle. Lane 2, Harper. In 3, Mary. Lane 4, Mia. 5, Lauren. 6, Maddie. Lane 7, Natalie. And lane 8, Elena. First of our circle seated heats with Mia and Lauren with zone cuts already. That zone cut at 1:00.49. 00:49. And a nice 58-1 for Mia. Now heat 3. Lane 1, Brennan. Lane 2, Lydia. Lane 3, Lillian. Lane 4, Ferris. Lane 5, Lilia. Lane 6, Finley. Lane 7, Mia. And lane 8, Lila. Once again, that zone cut, 1:00.49, or as they say in track, 60.49, 56.58. Boy, that's a zone cut and then some. New zone cut for Lillian. Now heat 4. And this is our final heat of the girls' backstroke in this age group. Lane 1, Avery. Lane 2, Olivia. Lane 3, Lottie. Lane 4, our top seed, Lilu. Lane 5, Macy. Lane 6, Allie. Lane 7, Emery. And lane 8, Adaisy. And Lilu with a nice 56.87, and that will be in the middle of the pool for the finals tonight. Our next event, the boys 13-14, 100 back. Heat 1. Lane 1, Xander. Lane 2, Joshua. Lane 3, Samuel. Lane 4, Liam. Lane 5, Everett. In 6, Tor. Lane 7, Levi. Quick shout out here while we have a second to those joining us on the live stream. As of a few minutes ago, 140 people watching on the Gene K. Freeman channel from as far away as Mission Viejo, California. So welcome. All of those of you on the live stream, hope you're enjoying the show. Boy, the kids are really swimming. Everett 59.72. And now heat 2. And lane 1, Evan. Lane 2, Eamon. Lane 3, Jacob. Lane 4, Dennis. Lane 5, Calvin. 6, Gavin. 7, Torin. And lane 8, Alec. And remember, we will have a swim off in the girls 50 breaststroke immediately at the conclusion of this event. And we have 2 heats to go after this. And Dennis 53.98. 2-second drop plus a few tenths. That's well under the zone cut, 55.99. Heat 3. In lane 1, Devon. Lane 2, Mason. Lane 3, Cooper. Lane 4, Bennett. In 5 is Brooks. 6, Oliver. 7, Cade. And lane 8, Max. Here are the qualifiers for the boys 11 and 12 100 back. Second alternate, Gabe. First alternate, Zach. Our B finalists, Eli in 16, 15, Ben, 14, Nolan, 13, Jolif, 12, Riley, 11, Noah, 10, George, and 9, John. Our A finalists, 8th, Connor, 7th, Sam, 6th, William, 5th, Richie, 4th, Maddox, 3rd, Jackson, 2nd, Archer, and our top qualifier at 59.74 is Connor Zulli of Rochester. The time 12:37. This event will close at 1:07. Now heat 3. I'm sorry, heat 4. In lane 1, Zane. Lane 2, Landon. Lane 3, Adrian. In lane 4, our state record holder and defending champion from Rochester, Elliott Leisure. In lane 5, Asher. Lane 6, Jace. Lane 7, Wyatt. And lane 8, Max. Elliott 24-1-2. Elliott's 49.25, well under the futures cut of 51.49, and there's a 50.46. A very smooth and what looked to be a relaxed prelim swim. Here are the qualifiers in the girls 13-14 100 back. Second alternate Avery, first alternate Mia. B finalists 16 Lila, 15 Lottie, 14 Kate, 13 Finley, 12 Maddie, 11 Allie, 10 Olivia, and 9th Lauren. A finalists 8th Gabrielle, 7 Lillian, 6 Mary, 5th Lilia, 4th Macy, 3rd Mia, 2nd Lilu, and top qualifier from Great Wolf, Ferris Martin. Time is 12:40. This event will close at 1:10. Ready now for our swim off for 16th place in the girls 13-14 50 breaststroke. Heat 1. Lane 1, Maddie Ivory. I'm sorry, lane 4, Maddie Ivory. Lane 5, Catherine Deeb. And Maddie will move up. Our next event, event 27, the girls 11-14 500-yard freestyle. We will swim 3 heats this morning, and our top seeds will go with the finals tonight. He won. All three of these swimmers come in with long course meter seed times. All of those seed times not that far off of the 400 meter zone cut. So we should see some good 500s here. Lane 3, Morgan. Lane 4, Savannah. And lane 5, Amelia. Here are the qualifiers for the boys. 13-14, 50 breaststroke. Second alternate, Austin. First alternate, Emma. B finalists, 16, Tucker. 15, Xander. 14, Max. 13, Suyung. 12, Milo. 11, Jackson. 10th, Max. 9th, Willis. A finalists, 8th, Jacob. 7, Max. 6th, Liam. 5th, Jackson. 4th, Jack. 3rd, Ben. 2nd, Grayson. And our top qualifier, the 27.49 from Rochester, Hudson Brennan. By the time I'm done reading this, the time will be 12:44, and this event will close at 1:14. Here are the qualifiers for the boys. 13-14, 100 back. Second alternate, Wyatt Malman. First alternate, Gavin Beaudry. Our B finalists, 16, Max. 15, Everett. 14, Landon. 13, Oliver. 12, Jace. 11th, Eamon. 10th, Mason. 9th, Cooper. Our A finalists, 8th, Calvin. 7th, Adrian. 6th, Asher. 5th, Jacob. 4th, Brooks. 3rd, Dennis. 2nd, Bennett. And our top qualifier going 50.46 this morning from Rochester, Elliott Leisure. The time is 12:45. This event will close at 1:15. And Savannah, a nice 5:21. And Morgan, an equally nice 5:25. And Amelia, 5:34. Solid times here. Now heat 2. In lane 1, nobody. Lane 2 is Lena. Lane 3, Esther. Lane 4, Leah. Lane 5, Ileana. Lane 6, Elise. And lane 7, Nora. Coaches' time trial heat sheets are now at the clerk table. So if you have swimmers in the time trials, those seeds are now at the clerk table. Lane 7, Nora of Riptide, the last of our 400 meters seed times. Nora's 400 meter seed time of 4:45 is a long course zone cut. So we will expect something probably in the teens from Nora. Nora on track right now to go something in the low 5:20s. And a 50 to go for Nora. And she could very well be under 520. And there it is, a 5:18.09. Nice swim for Nora. And we are back. And delighted to let you know that lane 1 is Emmy, lane 2 is Addie, lane 3 Viviana, lane 4 Felicity, lane 5 Anna, lane 6 Vivi, lane 7 Morgan, and lane 8 Adelaide. Coming in at the halfway, Felicity Saris of Riptide. Got a nice swim going here. Felicity holding mid to high 105 pace. Felicity picking it up into that last 200, as is often the Riptide race plan. And 100 to go for Felicity. Is currently at 418, holding just a shade under 106. Felicity's PR, a 5:24.9, and I think that seed time will go sayonara. Anna Yoder of Sea Devils. Little too out of reach to take this heat, but she's going to have a very nice time and a nice time drop. And Felicity 21:08 and Anna 22:38. A pair of very nice time drops. There's a PR for Viviana. And Vivi as well. So much good swimming here at the Aquatic Center in this 11-14 state championship. Our next event now, we move to the boys. 11-14, 500 free. Heat 1. In lane 2, swimming a time trial, Oscar Peterson of Edina. Lane 3, Sam Gens. Lane 4, Lucas Carr. 5, Samuel Snyder. And lane 6, Darren Schmidt. And Oscar in lane 2 again. This is a time trial, not an exhibition swim. For those of you scoring along at home, it will not count against his event total, but it will not score points. Coaches, an important reminder before you pack up from the session, make sure that the area below your bleacher seating is clean. We can definitely do better, gang. Make sure that the floor below the bleachers is clean. You can certainly leave things on top of the bleachers between sessions, but we need to do better in keeping that floor clean. Thank you so much. Appreciate your cooperation. Lucas of Aqua Jets slipping out in front after a very enthusiastic start for Oscar. Lucas now splitting in the 31s. Lucas came in with a metric seed time, 400 meter seed time of 4:52. And he's on his way to something a little bit either side of 5:10. And there's the bell for Lucas. Probably going to be about a 4:12 or 13. And it's a 4:12. 99. Nice 5:22 for Sam Snyder. And there's 5:25 for Oscar in lane 2. And now heat 2. And a batch more long course seed time, so expect our swimmers in 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8 to be out there. Lane 1 is Augie, lane 2 Julian, lane 3 Emerson, lane 4 Caleb, in lane 5 my buddy, our para swimmer Connor, lane 6 Brooks, lane 7 Levi, and lane 8 Andres. Early speed from Augie in lane 1, Emerson in lane 3, and Brooks in lane 6. At the 200, Connor settling in 117 pace, roughly. Connor's best time is 7:08.89, and right now he's very much on track to blow that seed time all bullet to bits. 3:06 at the halfway. He did have a pretty quick first 100, but if he can settle in and hold 120s, and Connor hanging tough still. Sub 39, on track for something maybe in the 6:30s, which would be a huge time drop. Emerson Lanza leading all swimmers. Emerson from Rochester. And Emerson, 50 to go. He can get this home. He's got a great shot at breaking 5:10. And Connor at 5:02 with 100 to go. He could be in the 6:20s. Or better. Very nice 5:09.26 for Emerson Lanza. And bells for Connor. And bells for Caleb. Remember, Connor's seed time, 7:08.89. That is his previous lifetime best. And holy mackerel, 6:15.37 for Connor. Heat 3. In Heat 3, Lane 1, we've got Charlie. Lane 2, Rory. Lane 3, Connor. Lane 4, Javier. Lane 5, Taha. 6, Ethan. Lane 7, Eli. And lane 8, Lachlan. Servers and coaches, there will be a 10-minute warm-up period after this heat before the time trials. So time trials will begin 10 minutes after the completion of this heat. And we will time that for you, let you know what our start time will be. But time trials will follow a 10-minute warm-up period after this heat. And Javier settling in at about 107 pace at the halfway point. .150 yards to go for Javier. And Javier looking to be under 5:30. His best is a 5:26.23. You're going to need a pretty hot last 100 to make that, but he'll have a good swim. Connor Perfect currently in second. He's on his way to a PR. And Javier Lafitte will take heat 3 with a 5:25.48. And Cotter 5:50. Nice 9-second drop for Connor. And more time drops for Taha, Ethan, and Eli. And that wraps up the heat. The time now 1:20. So we will start our time trials at 1:30 p.m. for the start of our time trial session.